I'm Dominic Witt.
I'm Charlie Strain, and welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Campus News, your news channel for updates on campus life and events.
2 weeks ago, Robin Wall Kimmerer, author of Braiding Sweetgrass, came to CSB and SJU to talk about her experience and Indigenous wisdom. Let's take a look at that event.
Robin Kimmerer is visiting today. She has a big talk tonight at 7 o'clock, but I've been lucky enough to go to some of the smaller reading groups and meal groups with her. She's talking about her experience as not only a PhD botanist, plant scientist, but also as a member of the Citizen Potawatomi and as a woman and as a mother and as all these different identities that really define, how we think about the world and how we live in it.
So this will really be our theme, to think about what does the earth ask of us and the way that we answer that.
My favorite part, I think, there have been a million. She has wonderful things to say about our language and the way our language shapes the way we think about the world, about kinship, about ways of knowing, about thinking not only as the five senses, what you can see, hear, smell, touch, taste, but also as the ways of knowing, ways you can know it in your mind, but also know it emotionally, know it spiritually. And one of the coolest parts was when she explained the idea of a pronoun of kinship, to talk about, when you have a tree in your backyard that you've grown up your whole life, it is an insult to that tree's identity to call it an it. And so what do you use? And so she told us about her. After she wrote Braiding Sweetgrass, she met with a linguist and talked about what pronoun to use for that. And they suggested a shortened term from I believe Anishinaabe term meaning land, ki, as a short pronoun for something that is animate but not necessarily human, something that is alive but not necessarily something we would refer to as a he or she or a they. And we were talking about this idea of a kinship pronoun, and she says, and by the way, the way that you turn things to plural in Anishinaabe is usually to add an N. And we all sat there in silence for a second. She goes, yeah. And so to refer to things literally as kin, as that pronoun, was something that I think struck everybody in the room and will shape the way we act and speak in the future.
Now we go to TJ with this week's Sports Roundup.
Hi, I'm TJ Ringer, and welcome to this week's Sports Roundup. The St. John's basketball team won a close one over McAllister in their last game. The Johnnies won 69-67 thanks to a game-winning block by Blake Berg. The Johnnies will head down to Arden Hills to take on their rival, the Bethel Royals, for their next game. The St. Ben's basketball team lost one to McAllister in their last game. The Bennies would lose 63-60 and look to bounce back, as they will also head down to Arden Hills to take on their rival, the Bethel Royals, for their next game. The St. John's hockey team is headed to the MIAC playoffs. The Johnnies defeated St. Olaf 3-2 in their last game to secure them a spot in the MIAC playoffs. The Johnnies will have to wait and see who they will face in the first round as the regular season wraps up for the rest of the MIAC. The St. Ben's hockey team also clinched a spot in the MIAC playoffs. The Bennies cruised past St. Olaf, winning 3-0. The Bennies will head down to St. Paul to take on St. Catherine's University this weekend. The St. John's wrestling team loses their duel to Concordia Moorhead. Despite the loss, sophomore Logan Thorson won his 2 matches. After multiple top 2 finishes, the St. Ben swim team season has come to a close. The Bennies finished 5th in the MIAC. Senior Jack Grabinski won the MIAC title for the 100-meter dive, and Carter Larson set SJU's 200 freestyle record with a time of 1 minute and 40 seconds. That also caps off the season for the swim team.
Thank you. Want to take your Saturday fun to new heights? Fine Arts program is proud to present Cirque Mechanics Acrobatics Show, set here this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Attendees can expect high-flying stunts performed by trained professionals.
Also next week, 6 runaways will embark on a journey of a lifetime. Director Sean Dooley and the student cast are proud to present Small Mouth Sounds, a show about the human need to connect, contrasted by a vow of silence. Small Mouth Sounds will premiere on Wednesday at 7:30 in the Coleman Theater. Tickets for both shows can be purchased on the Fine Arts Programming website or in person at the box office.
Also next week, IWL is proud to present My Hair, My Crown, a presentation on the Crown Act and hair discrimination. Senator Eric Putnam will also be in attendance at the event.
That's all for this week. Be sure to tune in next time for updates on campus life and events.